Hi, I'm Bonnie Lynn Linke, and welcome to my studio, Stamping with Bonnie Lynn. Today I'm going to share with you a project using the Snowman Magic stamp bundle, and the project is a bookmark. Something nice and simple today, and until yesterday I had never made a bookmark before, so this was a first for me, and I've enjoyed doing it, and I've made about 15 of them. So I have a use for them, so that's why I'm doing them too. And besides that, I thought you guys would like to see how to do them. So, okay, to get started, all you do is you take your extra thick basic white cardstock and cut it into 2-inch wide strips by 5.5. So you cut the sheet in half, and then you're able to get a total of 8 bookmarks from the whole sheet. Okay, and then what I did is I took a piece of the Rings of Love Designer Series paper, which is one of the celebration items that you get with a minimum $50 merchandise order. You can select this item, and I really like the Rings of Love paper, and this is the other side. The birds, they're so cute. So I'm using my liquid glue, and for those of you who know me, I don't normally use, it's not coming out. I don't normally use the liquid glue, but for this project, it really works good because I am cutting it the top like that, so I want to make sure that it's glued good where the ribbon's gonna go. There we go. And I have my glue sitting upside down. I used my tape dispenser to hold the lid. So there we go. We just put it on here and line it. It is also 2 inches by 5.5 inches. We press that down. I'll show you how I hold my glue. It's perfect. The lid fits right in that slot there, and with the size of my tape roll right now, it's just a perfect holder for me. Okay, so I have glued the Designer Series paper on, and then I need to decide which end I want for the top and which for the bottom, because as you see, the bottom is going to be covered up with my snow, and I really like this, but I really like that color, and that looks more like skies, so I think we'll keep that one for the top. And what I'm going to use to punch the top is, this is a retired item. It's a punch, the Scallop Tag Topper Punch. It is just perfect for these bookmarks, but I will show you some other things I have done too. So we go ahead and punch that. Perfect place for my ribbon to go and everything. Get that out of the way. But when I'm done, I'll show you another bookmark I made and how I did that top. Okay, so next we want to put we want to put the tree on. I've cut everything ahead of time. My tree, I did remember to put the adhesive back sheets on it, so that's handy. And here is my snow right here. And what I did for this, you can just freehand cut it with scissors if you want to, but I took a 2x2 square so that I can use both sides of it. And I actually took the layering dioramas, and let's see, I did not use that size. As you can see, the smallest one is too small, but I actually used the largest one, and I just positioned it. Find out what look you want. And you don't even have to do this if you don't want to, but I wanted to. So I just kind of, that was, because I wanted the halves to be pretty even. So that one would work good. It's quite a drop, but as you'll see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take this, where's my paper snips, and I'm going to cut this part just like that, so it's not quite so steep. And get my glue again. Okay, before I do that though, I need to put my tree on because my tree goes underneath it. And this is cut a little short, but that's okay. So I want my tree to go about right there. So I can remember that. And I'll get this adhesive, the backing off, and I believe it was right there. So I will go ahead and put my tree down. The wind is blowing it. It's kind of crooked there. That's okay. Now some glue on my snow. I thought about using puff paint to add some snow to the tree, but I decided since it's a bookmarker that probably is not the best idea. Quite a drop off there. Okay, there we go. I can move all my fingers. Okay, next comes the snowman. So what I did is, oh, and I had a piece of paper over here. I wanted to show you how I did the snowman. Here it is. Okay, I got me a piece of white regular cardstock. And to stamp the snowman, I used my Memento black ink. You can use any color you want to, but I just thought the black would be good. And I stamped them down here. Now, since this paper is big enough, I'm going to go ahead and stamp another one while I'm stamping. There we go. My chamois over on the side there. Okay, and then, oh, I still need that ink. Why did I put it away? Okay, next we'll do the face. Excuse me, the face. And we'll just even his eyes out. Now there's a stamp where the eyes are round and open, and there's another stamp where the eyes look closed. I like to use those if I'm making a girl snowman. And stamp this one. Being I had the room on the paper, I wanted to go ahead and use it to stamp it because it's handy. And what I do with items, my extras, almost all my stamp sets have a bag, plastic bag in it. And anything that I do extra, I just put it in here, and that way I have it later if I need it. Okay, now for the dots on him, I'm not sure this is supposed to be for buttons on the snowman because it is curved, but I just straightened it out a little bit and decided that they would be charcoal for me. Go. But you can see right here how it is a little bit curved. That one there is a necklace, and I believe that's a double strand necklace too. And there's the one face, and there's the other face. Put these right there. I just think it adds a little bit of character if he has those dots on them. And then I took my Stampin' Right marker. This is Pumpkin Pie. And colored it in. Now there is a die that, and it is right here, that will cut out 3 noses. That fits in there. And I have used it, but I think I like doing this more because trying to get that nose and get it in the right position with glue on it, because I always forget to put the adhesive backing on my paper before cutting it. This is so much easier. And I like using my markers. Okay, that's it that I need the black ink for. Now I would normally go and cut the snowman out with the coordinating die, but I've already done that. So I'll bring this in here, and I did cut out my other pieces. Now I'm gonna give you a little hint. When you make your snowman, there are 2 different sets of arms. There's a little bit wider one and there's the skinny one. I was cutting, the first time I used my dies, I was cutting out the little arms, and when it went through my cut and emboss machine and got to the other side, the top kind of lifted up, and this was sitting near the edge on my paper, and the die flipped up and it went into that middle slot on my cut and emboss machine, and I cannot get the die out. If anybody knows of any ways to do that, I would sure love to hear it. But I did try using a magnet, and I tried shaking it. My husband tried, and so far I've had no luck. So if you know of a way, I would love to hear it. Okay, so getting back to this, we're gonna put the snowman right here. So I'm gonna put a little tiny bit of glue on this side where it sits on the snow. Now, normally I would use some seal or tear and tape to finish putting him down, but because of the depth difference of the paper, you can notice it on this. So what I'm doing is I'm taking some glue dots, and that will help make them more even. And that one didn't go on very good. And so I'll go like that. And now when I do his hat, I am going to put on glue dots also. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one, and then I'm going to put it on top of another one. I want a double thickness one because it's going to be sitting on the brim of his head. So I'm putting that back there. There we go. Now there is a sunglass stamp. I haven't used it yet where you could stamp sunglasses on them. I need to try it and see what it looks like sometime. Okay, and he's going to have a bow tie on. So we'll go ahead and glue that. Put a strip there. Oh, that wasn't smart of me. And I put my dots up kind of high there. Oh well, that's okay. And let's see, I want to do my bird, so we'll get a glue dot for the bird. And I get my, take your pick. We're just gonna set the little bird right there. Oh, I forgot to put the arms on them. So as I was telling you, I lost one of these dies. So now I just use the same die to cut both arms. Okay, before I put the snowman on, I should have put his arms on him. So you notice I put glue on both sides there. And I did use the glue dots to attach him to the paper, so that makes it so that I can just slide that under, which is nice. Otherwise, this may have been an armless snowman. And I do have it pointed down so that I kept it on the paper. Let's lift that up there. Try to... There we go. And I want the holly for him. And there's already a glue dot, I believe, on the back of this. Yes. And to do that, let me show you what I did in case you're not familiar with this technique. So let me grab the holly stamp out of here. I believe this is it. Yes. Okay. This here is my Parakeet Party Stampin' Right marker. You do not want to use stamping blends to do this because alcohol ink dries and does not stamp. So you want to get that. Real good. And then I'm taking my Sweet Sorbet, Garden Green, Shaded Spruce, Real Red, Cherry Cobbler. They would all be real good for this too. Okay, now we want to kind of breathe on it a little bit to re-moisten it. And I should have my Stampin' Paris pad underneath this just to give it some cushion. And there we go. That's how you do two colors on an ink stamp, on one of the stamps. I use this a lot when doing flowers along with the stems. I'll color them with my Stampin' Right markers. I like doing this. It's an enjoyable technique. But that's how you do it. Okay, it looks like we have everything on here. Isn't that easy to make? The preparation takes longer than what it does to put it together. And then I'm going to take a piece of my Evening Evergreen nylon ribbon. And this here's a pair of scissors, and I have a ribbon on it. That means these are only to cut cloth with. Do not use them on paper. I'm also a quilter, so I'm very particular about my scissors. All right, I like that. I thought about using the denim ribbon on it, but I just, it didn't quite give me the look I wanted. And this is kind of long, so I'm going to take it and just go like so. And there we go. Isn't that cute? Anybody would like it. My grandson is going to love those. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, yes, and I was going to show you the others. Here's another one with the snowman. And it is done also with the Rings of Love paper from the celebration. And, oh, the little stars from the July to December catalog. These are adhesive back stars. And I forgot to put any on this one, so let's do that. I say so a lot. I hope I'm not driving you too crazy with that. We'll put one there. And we'll do a big one right down here. They just kind of change from white to blue to purple, the colors of them. Very pretty. I like them. Okay, so those are out of the Rings of Love Designer Series paper. And here's the denim ribbon. This is the Evening Evergreen, which is this year's in color. And this is a shaded spruce ribbon that I had. And here's a couple more that I made. This is using the Honeybee Home stamp bundle. I colored them with my alcohol blends. This is Fresh Freesia, and this is Pale Papaya, and this is the paper that was out in the January to June mini catalog with it. And then I stamped Friend at the bottom of it, and this was from one of the Daisy stamps. And I just realized I forgot to stamp You're the Coolest on here, so I want to move this star off for a second. And we're going to take the Night and Navy ink. And this is You're the Coolest. And I'll show you the stamp set it's from in just a second if I have it handy. Let's see. See how straight I got it? Oh, not too bad. Oh, I got a little squiggly line there. So we'll just take this star and put it right over. The backing came off of it, so let me get a glue dot for it. And we can just cover that up just like that. All right, there we go. You're the coolest. So we'll set that aside before I put my hand in it. And we'll close up the ink. So I really like the bookmarks. They're fun to make. They don't take long. And you can throw one in with a card or just give it to somebody that, you know, if you're out and about, hand them a bookmark and you'll make their day. All right. Now I want to show you something else real quick. I got an order in yesterday and I just finally opened it today. And here is the Cozy and Bright stamp kit. This is the Christmas card one that is now available on the website under kits. Everything is inclusive with it. This is the first I've opened it. So we have some stamps, Celebrate the Season, All is Cozy and Bright, May the Holiday Warm Your Heart, Wishing You Merry Christmas. What else do we have here? Happy Christmas and a Joyous New Year. Aren't You Glad It's Christmas? And let's see, what do we get with it? We get a Poppy Parade ink spot. And set the box aside and let's open this. And while I'm opening this, I would really like it if you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, if you would consider using me. My website is Stamping with Bonnie Lynn, and that's BONNIELYNN, and that is my first name, .com. So stampingwithbonnielynn.com. And you can, on the right-hand side of my website, you will find the catalogs and where to shop online. You'll also find the host code. And if you use the host code, even though I don't have all the details yet, it is effective now, that with every $25 you spend, you'll get 1 reward point. After you get 10 reward points, you will get a $25 gift certificate to use to spend with me with Stampin' Up! Products. But it will be under my name only. Okay, this is the instructions. Aren't they beautiful cards? Oh, and look at that. So you've got to take a look at the envelopes and see what they're like. Okay, you get a clear block, which is nice. So here's your oranges with some leaves, and there's let's see. I'm not sure how many there are of these. 1, 2, 3. Looks like there's 4 of those. So 4 times 3 is 12 oranges. And that will give you 2 of these stars for each one. All right. Thing of large dimensionals. Look at the envelopes. Aren't they pretty? Aren't they pretty? So let's see the back side of one. And they're all white, but I love the way that's imprinted on them. And here's some cinnamon sticks. This must be cloves. And more oranges right there, the large ones. And then here are some self-adhesive. It looks like, no, there's no adhesive on the back, but they do punch out. And then your card bases. So let's take a look at that. Oh, look at these. Oh, how pretty. Oh, I really like this. And again, let's find the picture. And there's enough here to make 12 cards, just like this. A big orange slice, a small one, some cloves, and then your cinnamon stick. And there's some thread here to wrap around the cinnamon sticks. And this to stamp your greeting on. These are beautiful. I am going to make mine up, and I'm so excited about them. Very cool. I like this kit. And I think you will too. So again, I would love if you would use me as your demonstrator if you don't have one. And remember, I'm always available. Just email me if you have any questions. I'd be happy to help you with whatever I can. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye.